way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. We all have dreams, but very few of us actually have goals that we have set in our lives to achieve the dreams that we have for ourselves. For instance, with me, right? I said this in a previous video, but I wanted to always create a business and start something bigger for myself in my life. But it was always just a dream. I didn't have any goals set in stone to actually achieve that dream. And same thing with like schoolwork or anything. And I sort of applied for like school as well. When I was in school, I didn't have dreams of school, but what I mean is I didn't have any goals set to like complete my work in school. Sorry, I didn't have any dreams about school, but I didn't have any goals to get my coursework done while I was in school, right? I'd always just kind of just wing it and just did whatever. But it wasn't until my last year and a half in school that I actually like started to become more productive in school. Even though I didn't like it, I still found a way to become super productive while I was in school and with everything else in my life. And I'm still learning in different ways, but here are the few things that actually have helped me become more productive in my life. So the first thing, plan your day the night before. So for instance, I already know what I'm gonna do in the morning, like right when I wake up. I already know. Like for today, right? I knew I had to record some videos. I knew I had to do it. And that's probably the most important task for me today. So guess what? I'm gonna do it right when I wake up. I get ready and I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna get some water and some sunlight and all these things. Right? I know exactly what I'm gonna do in the beginning of the day. I already know. And that sets the tone for the rest of the day. When you know what you need to do and you actually go and do it, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. And when you have a schedule, when you have not a super strict schedule, maybe you do need a super strict schedule, but when you have an idea basically of what you're going to do when you first wake up, everything else just aligns to that. Right? And then you actually get up, you do it, you do the next thing on the task, you do the next thing, and it just makes the whole day easier. And another thing is do the hardest thing in the beginning of the day. If it's the gym, right, and you feel like you won't be able to have time for it later in the day, or if it's a specific project that you're working on and you feel like you won't have time, do that thing in the beginning of the day. Do it right at the start. When you do it at the start of the day, you'll have way more like energy to focus on it, and you would just do it in a way that's not compromise the value or the quality of the work that you're doing. So make sure that you're prioritizing the tasks in your day by how urgent and how important it is and how mental focus you need to do, or anything that you feel like you would delegate. I'll do it later. I'm too tired. Anything like that. Do that first. Always do that first. Just a side note, you should always have clear goals for your life. Clear goals of what you need to have done. And you should have the goals clear. Next thing I do is eliminate distractions, right? I always eliminate things that may be counterproductive for me in my workspace. So I used to find myself just, if I was working on my laptop and I had to do something and my phone was right next to me, if I got a notification, I'd have to check it. If I thought of something in my brain, I'd have to go on my phone, look at it. The phone was always there. So I do one little thing, then I check the phone. One little thing, check the phone. And that shit does not help your productivity or your energy whatsoever. It probably just drains it a little bit actually, because it takes you longer to get things done. Even though people say, oh, I multitask. You don't multitask. You just switch seamlessly between a couple of tasks quickly. That's all you do. But you're not actually doing two things at once. You're just doing one thing and another thing and one thing again. Then that's all that's happening. Unless that's the definition of multitask, then whatever. But I feel as if it's better to just do one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time, and that's it. When you focus on one thing at a time, it makes it so much easier, right? You don't need to do everything at once. Just do one thing at a time, and you'll find that you get what you need to get done quicker. It's funny. You think that when you do two things at once, that you'll finish everything quicker, but no, it takes you longer. It takes me longer when I'm trying to do two different like tasks at once. It's way quicker when I'm just doing one thing, and that's the one thing I'm doing. So eliminate distractions, keep your whole thing organized, do one thing at once, that's it. Another thing is to become more mindful and like meditation and spending time in nature. I know this may not sound like it's straightly correlated to productivity. I believe that when you actually, spend some time in nature and just like relax, it makes you more productive when you go back to work, right? You take that little break, maybe you take a 10-minute walk or something like that. You come back and you work, and that's it. I don't know what it is with nature. I think it's just that's how we were built as humans. When we're out around like just nature, we just feel better about ourselves. So that's one thing that it may not seem like it directly correlates, but I think it's very important. So just spending time relaxing, drinking some water, meditating, maybe you journal, spending time in nature, I think is 100% increases your productivity without a shadow of doubt. If you want to become more productive, join the school community. It's a community that I've currently made where I'm trying to get like-minded men who want to become the best at what they do, who want to keep improving their lives, who want to actually live a life filled with purpose, can actually meet one another and talk to one another and provide value and bounce off one another. If you're part of the first 50 people, it's free for life. So why not? You can talk to whoever you want, and also you get free. You get all the proven methods I'm going to put in there that will eventually have a price tag for the community. But right now it's free for you. You get it free for life. Even if there's a price tag, it stays free for you for life. So why not just check out the link? You can read the About Me. I put everything that's going to be within the community, within the About Me page. So that's it. Make sure to go subscribe. And last but not least, never waver from the path.